I'm challenging myself to transform my body, my business, and my brand in 75 days, and I hope that you'll join me on this journey. Together, we're going to thrive in 75 days. I'm calling it Thrive 75, and you're going to come along with me. I am re-recording this after a extremely stressful mishap where my previous files were corrupted, and even what I had built for some reason had an issue in it that I didn't notice until I got too far along. So my pride got in the way, but that's okay. Part of these next 75 days is to show you guys when things don't go well. I'm literally tapping in from a hotel lobby, basically, making sure that I get you guys this video. The reason I wanted to do Thrive 75, and honestly what inspired me to design it, was the fact that I am launching this book, Make It Your Own, How Black Women Can Thrive in Spaces Not Built for Us. Pre-sales are already open. There's going to be a link in the description for you to order through pre-sales. That will be updated once the book is live as well. And I'm really excited. I'm super proud of this book, but I also have other goals, impact goals, thought leadership goals, and overall personal discipline, because these next 75 days with the upcoming book tour are going to be really, really challenging. Getting everything together and going live on October 1st, Nigerian Independence Day. It's going to require a lot of me. And a lot of people often say to me, Edwa, you do it all. You look like you do it with ease and breeze. And how do you do it? And to be honest, it's about organization. And often it's about preparation. One of the things that it's also about is delegation. We'll get into that as we go through this series. And I did not delegate enough and sufficiently to make sure that you guys got this video in time. So I'm going to figure it out. But the reality is, if you have ever felt like your dreams were big and bold and potentially out of reach, and that's what's deterred you from going after them, this challenge is for you. That's part of why I'm doing this. I'm recognizing that I'm taking on some of the biggest opportunities. I'm still a part of my startup, which is a fintech startup. I am building my advisory business because I want to make sure that I am present in this moment in time when it comes to ESG, when it comes to impact. And I also want to be of service to my sisters in corporate America, Black women, other women of color, other underrepresented folks. And so doing this challenge now and making sure that I end the year strong in service of others is extremely important to me. So let's talk about what Thrive 75 is. It's based on the principles of the 75 Hard challenge. And so wellness will be one foundational aspect of what I do. I am going to do most of the 75 hard principles, but if you see me out at events holding a glass of champagne, I do drink socially. I do not drink at home, but the intention is for me to be able to drink socially. So if you see me, please don't come for me, but know that I am committed to the 2 workouts a day, obviously the gallon of water, reading, meditation, reflection, etc. The other aspect of this is my business, and specifically around impact advisory work. I have had the opportunity to work with some of the most amazing leaders, and I noticed that there's a lot happening in this space right now, some consolidations. These functions are being reorganized and changed and tweaked, and I want to be of service. So I'm offering to go along the journey as far as resetting expectations. And so you're going to see me talk a little bit about what that looks like, proposals, getting in touch with clients, supporting them, etc. There's a lot of privacy stuff there, so it's not going to be at this massive level of detail, but with the intention of helping you see, like, what does it mean? You're going to see me building my business. We're also going to be focusing on brand, which is more about reach and community. I want to grow my family, my sisterhood, my menteeship, and really include more people. And so I'm going to be doing that through platforms. I'm going to be doing that through a lab that I'm going to be creating, and several other activations that allow us to create community, because I remember feeling very isolated. And to be honest, the startup world is very isolating for different reasons. And so part of this is also solving my own personal challenge, which is how do I create more consistent community? People who are pursuing, driving hard, who are highly ambitious. That's what I really want to be around. And so we'll be doing lives. I'm going to be doing AMAs, or Ask Me Anythings, where we dig into toxic experiences that maybe you've had. You can submit them anonymously, or we can do them live. I really want the opportunity to support people. I'm a certified executive coach and coached hundreds, close to thousands of folks. And so what I want to be able to do is do that at scale. I want to support more and more people. If you want to follow along, you're going to be able to do that in lots of ways. The first way, you can follow me on Instagram, which is I am Edwalina on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok. I am Edwalina on TikTok. What you can also do is stay here on this YouTube channel. I will be posting daily shorts, which will be a snapshot into what I learned, what I applied that specific day. The other thing about this is I will be introducing my membership, my community. You'll have a chance to see me build them formally. You will have an opportunity to participate, to buy in, etc. So my greatest call to action for you is for you to define on your own terms, like, what would you do with 75 days? How would you transform your life? and what would thriving in 75 days look like for you. Now I'm going to get into what I'm setting up for myself, just so you have a little bit more context. My big, audacious, exciting goals are, again, I really want to hit my book sales goals. What I'm not going to do is tell you what those numbers are right now. I'm going to wait until we get through pre-sales, and then I will share some of my targets and how we are working against them. But I do have a template, which I will share an image here so you can kind of get a sense. But every single week I will be helping you guys understand how close I'm meeting my goals and meeting my expectations and so on. And so book sales is a big part of it. Course enrollments is a huge part of it. I am launching courses as a coupling with the launch of the book. So you're going to see course enrollments as something that I'm tracking, and also lab members. So those are the next kind of level of people who really want to get engaged and be a part of something that's more active. I am going to be setting a target for how many impact projects I'm able to take on, because again, I really want to be of service, especially in this moment in time. ESG, global impact, and serving our community are still really important to me. So I'm going to be tracking the growth of my community. That's going to be followership and subscribers across all platforms, but then also members of my community once I launch that private community, where we're going to get real serious and real talk and all of that stuff in ways that you may not feel comfortable having those conversations on more public platforms. And one of the other things that I'm really passionate about is board governance and service in that capacity. And so I have set a target to land my first paid board seat on a public board, as opposed to simply serving in nonprofit spaces, because I know I have a lot to offer as a transformational strategist. And so you're going to hear a lot more about what I'm doing in the board space as we go along on this journey. I think the last thing that I really want to say, because I am giving you guys like a kind of rough and tumble version of what I really had envisioned, is that I made a commitment. I'm going to serve that commitment. I'm not going to shy away from it. Now, I want to close with like this big lesson. Like I said, pride got in the way of me accepting that what I tried to do and my initial vision was not going to come to life. But because I said I was going to be held accountable, because I said I was going to post every single day, I'm shipping something that, for people who know me, are going to be like, wow, okay, Edwa's like getting a little raw. She's not just like doing this. Okay, this is going to be interesting. But I think that's part of it, right? I'm going to have to learn to delegate more. And so you guys are going to see me actually hire a virtual assistant, turn chief of staff. You're going to see me go through that process of what it looks like to delegate better. I am going to continue to learn how to edit and work and do some of these other things in a way that's quick and fast paced. But so sometimes you're going to get a video early in the morning. Sometimes you might get it a little later. You're always going to get something that day, because that's the commitment. And I'm not going to give you guys any excuses. I'm going to do what needs to be done. But I didn't want to get on the kickoff video and like have zero energy. So thank you for being gracious. I did put a post in the community, and we'll use that to like talk as well. The last thing, sometimes videos are going to be a little less polished and a little less fancy. This is about us staying in constant conversation. I also think in a lot of ways, this is going to give you guys an insight into the fact that I don't always have it all the way together. Things can happen. I have spent the last several days, I would almost say like week and change, in community and in fellowship with people that mean a lot to me, in several different time zones, in several different locations, in multiple countries, in multiple states. So I'm a little exhausted. And like I said, because I didn't delegate sufficiently and timely in the ways that I should have, I kind of missed something. So like, I really want to get better at that. And all of these lessons that I have along the way of creating this series and executing and delivering it to you guys, I'm going to tell you. So if something happened, things fall apart, I'm going to let you guys in on that. And I'm going to then turn around and tell you what I want to take away from that, even at this stage phase of what it looks like to thrive. Because you guys are going to see me on stages. You guys are going to see me on the book tour. You guys are going to see all of these moments that look like, wow, she must have the perfect life. And I have a great life, and I'm extremely grateful. But intentionality is super critical. So what I'm going to leave you with is two things. The first thing is a reminder of what thriving looks like in this community. It looks like knowing who you are with clarity, growing who you are with intention, showing who you are unapologetically, and leaning into your community, because they are the force multiplier for all the things that you have on your heart and that are meant to be in you. And the last thing I want to leave you with is, again, just a simple reminder. This is not going to be about perfection. It's truly about transformation, and it's about progress, right? Sometimes pride can get in the way of progress. And at the end of the day, we're going to focus on progress here. By day 75 together, I will be living in a new reality of my wildest dreams, and so will you. So please join me on this journey. Watch it happen in real time. Be a part of all the behind the scenes and all of that really cool stuff. And with that, day one starts now. Let's thrive together. Short coming later today. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me, loving on me in spite of and irregardless of, and let's get ready to thrive.